The palace in Jerusalem was unnaturally quiet. Inside the royal chamber, the legendary warrior King David lay dying. The man who defeated giants, who united the kingdom of Israel, could barely breathe. Standing beside him was his son, young, uncertain, and untested. Solomon. David gripped his son's arm. "Be strong, spouse, and walk in the ways of the Lord." Moments later, the king was gone. But outside the palace walls, something dangerous had already begun. Someone else had claimed the throne. Solomon wasn't the only one who wanted to be king. While the palace mourned, Solomon's brother Adonijah gathered chariots, soldiers, and powerful allies. Trumpets sounded. A feast began. Adonijah declared himself king. But in the palace, the prophet Nathan rushed to warn the royal court. Within hours, the kingdom would decide who truly ruled. Two coronations were about to collide. Only one brother would keep the crown. The throne room of Jerusalem was enormous. Golden lions guarded the steps of the throne. Thousands watched as Solomon sat down to rule. But the crown felt heavy, too heavy. Enemies surrounded the kingdom. Advisors whispered behind pillars. Solomon realized something terrifying. He had power, but not the wisdom to use it. That night, he left the palace and traveled to the ancient altar at Gibeon. And there, something impossible happened. God spoke to the young king. That night, Solomon dreamed. But this dream was different. A voice filled the darkness. "Ask for whatever you want. Gold, power, the destruction of enemies." Solomon could have asked for anything. Instead, he said something unexpected. "Give me wisdom." The voice answered, "No king before you will ever be like you." When Solomon awoke, history had changed. The kingdom was about to witness his wisdom. One morning, two women rushed into Solomon's court carrying a crying baby. Both claimed to be the mother. The courtroom exploded with accusations. There was no evidence, no witnesses. Solomon stood slowly. "Bring me a sword." The room fell silent. "Divide the baby in two." Gasps echoed through the palace. Then suddenly, one woman screamed and fell to her knees. "Stop. Let her have the baby." The other said, "No, divide the baby. Neither of us should have the baby." Solomon raised his hand, smiled, and commanded, "Give the living child to the first woman. Do not kill him. She is his mother." Solomon's fame spread across nations. Kings and queens spoke of the young ruler, whose wisdom seemed supernatural. Then Solomon began the greatest project in the history of Jerusalem, a temple for God. Stone blocks the size of houses were carved from mountains. Cedar trees arrived from Lebanon. Walls were covered with gold. After 7 years, the temple was complete. But what happened during its dedication shocked everyone. As priests carried the sacred ark into the temple, the air suddenly changed. A thick cloud poured into the building. The priests collapsed. They could not stand. The presence of God filled the temple. For a moment, heaven touched the earth. Solomon prayed a historic prayer and fire fell from heaven, consumed the sacrifices on the altar. The glory of God filled the temple. People fell face down and worshiped, shouting, "For he is good, for his mercy endures forever." Solomon did not know this moment would also mark the beginning of something darker. Across deserts and kingdoms, rumors spread about Solomon. Eventually, they reached the ears of the powerful Queen of Sheba. She traveled for months with camels carrying gold, spices, and treasure. Her goal? To test the king. She asked riddles no one else could answer, but Solomon solved every one. When she left, she whispered something unsettling. The stories about him were only half true. The king's greatest enemy was not outside the palace. It was inside. As the years passed, Solomon's palace filled with foreign wives. Hundreds, then hundreds more. With them came strange customs, strange rituals, strange gods. Soon idols stood on the hills surrounding Jerusalem. The same king who built God's temple had built temples for other gods, and the kingdom began to fracture. A prophecy was about to shatter. A prophet approached one of Solomon's servants, Jeroboam. He took his cloak and tore it into 12 pieces. "Take 10 pieces," the prophet said, "because the kingdom of Israel will be divided." Solomon had built the most powerful kingdom in the region, but wisdom began to fade not in his mind, but in his heart. But his choices had planted the seeds of its destruction. Voice of God echoing powerfully. "Because you have turned away, the kingdom will be torn from your son." Then the wisest king in history died. The legacy of Solomon forever broken. But the legend of Solomon would remain forever wrapped in mystery. The story of Solomon does not end here. There are secrets, mysteries, and untold stories still waiting in the shadows. If you want to uncover them, like this video and subscribe to this channel